This
So,
conference will now be recorded.
okay. So client side validation and server side validation to apply. So we have separate rules are there. We have separate rules are there. So before going to that, what are those rules? First, we need to learn what client side and what are the server side. What you mean by client side validation and what you mean by server side validation. Okay, client side validation means, so when you enter some information, that information will be validated at your browser level only. Okay, so at your browser level only. So for that, it is not required to go to the server and validate. Okay, so in that, the very best example is like, as I just said, the card number should be 12 digits. Okay, and the date should be greater than current date. Okay, these you can validate from the browser itself. It is not required to reach out to the server, and it is not required to do the validation. Okay, why like that? Why? Because if you take the username and password, where the username and password will be there, the username and password will be at the server. Okay, in the server database it will be there. Okay, so you cannot test just from the browser itself. So the username and password which the user has entered in the, okay, which the user has entered, okay, the username and password which the user has entered at the browser, that must be goes to the server, and in the server the database that has to be validated. Okay, so always to validate the username and password, you should go to the server and you should retrieve the data from the server database. Okay, there may be some users table which is maintaining all the user details with their passwords. So you should take that and then it has to be validated. So the username and password which you entered, if it is correct, then again it will give the response to the browser. Okay, browser means the client. Okay, so the client and server validation, so will be performed like that. So it gives some message to the user, to the browser. It will send some message to the browser. Yes, that user ID and password is correct. Okay, then we will be able to enter into the portal. Okay, so that is the server side validation. But whereas this credit card number, okay, and the card expiry date, so for that you need not go to the server. Why? Because simply the values which you entered should be 12 numbers. Okay, so 12 digits. It should be having 12 digits. So that can be done on the client side itself. Okay, so to perform on the client side validation, okay, we can use something called edit validate rules. Okay, you can perform something called edit validate rules. We're able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So rule edit validate. Okay, so is the client side validation. So as I said, first of all, edit validate rules, and the second one, okay, OBJ validate rules. These are the two kinds of the validation rules will be there. Okay, but to perform inside validation, we'll be using the edit validate rules, and to perform inside validation, we'll be using the OBJ validate rules. Okay, so client side validations like credit card number should be 12 digits. Okay, and whereas server side validation means user name and password entered is correct. Okay, so that means always the values which you are entering at the user interface, that will be verified at the server level. Okay, and even I have given an example like username and password. Maybe it can be anything else as well. Okay, so the values which you wanted to verify is available in the server, then it will be going for the server side validation. Okay, otherwise we'll be going for the client side validation. Render date. Okay, like this. Okay, so that one, and then rule edit validate, and the other one is like obj validate. Okay, this obj validate and rule edit validate based on the context, then we will be deciding and creating. Okay, and while performing this one, okay, there is a one more main difference. So this rule edit validate, always we have to write Java code. So you should be having minimum knowledge about Java to write this rule edit validate. Okay, so you should have minimum knowledge about this rule edit validate rules. Okay, and so whereas the rule obj validate means that is completely okay the Pega side only. Okay, obj validate will be completely on Pega side only. We will be writing the functionality. Okay, and one more difference is like rule edit validate will be referred at the property level. Okay, rule edit validate will be referred at the property level. Okay, but rule obj validate will be referred from flow action or activity. Okay, or else other obj validate rules. Okay, we can call one obj validate rule from another obj validate rule, or else from activity, or else from flow action. So from anywhere you can refer, but edit validate you can refer from the property level. So what is the difference by referring at the property level, and what is the difference by referring at the flow action level?
So obj validate, we can validate the whole case, I guess. But for the property level, for that current page only, we can do that. I mean, immediately.
Okay. For example, if you take address only, okay. So in the address, zip code is there. So zip code should be minimum how many digits? Based on the country, it will change. For example, if you take it for India, it should be 6 digits, right? So zip code should be minimum of 6 digits. Okay. So now there is a one property called zip code in the address class. Okay. So now by going to that property under the advanced tab, you will be having this one. Okay. So if you go to that zip code and apply this edit validate rule, okay, wherever you refer this zip code in your application, maybe it can be just one time, or otherwise it may be 10 times or 20 times. Okay, in 20 sections you refer this zip code. So in that case, what it will be happening? So even in all the 20 places, this validate rule will be applied. Okay, even in all the 20 places, this validate rule will be applied. Why? Because as we have referred this edit validate rule at the property level, so wherever you refer this property, this condition, this validation will be applied. Okay, but whereas obj validate, okay, under the obj validate, if you give any condition, so wherever you refer this one, for example, if I refer in the flow action, okay, only in the flow action, how many times this property is referred, that will be applied the validation. Okay, so if you are having separate sections for billing address and shipping address and okay, billing address, shipping address, okay, permanent address, So these all are three separate sections with three separate flow actions. Okay. So here building address. Okay, so like you have three separate flow actions. Now, if you apply this OBJ validate rule at this flow action level, it will be checking the validation. It will be applying the validation only for this zip code, and it will not be applying the same validation for the shipping address and present address. Okay, so at the flow action level, as we are referring this OBJ validate rule, only that flow action only can be used this one. So there is no other flow actions. But whereas if you apply the edit validate rule at the zip code property level, so as many number of the flow actions it would be having, everywhere it will be applying that validation. Okay, everywhere it will be applying the validation. Okay, and one more thing is OBJ through one OBJ validate rule, you can validate many properties. Okay, one rule can contain many properties. Okay, so here we have a zip code, and also it has this flow action age. Okay, so for all these properties you can apply in one OBJ validate rule. So like that also we can do the validation. So multiple properties can be validated with one OBJ validate rule, but whereas edit validate rule will be applied only for single property. Okay, that Java code can be applied only for single property. So only for one property, okay, it's applied. So we can apply validation for multiple properties like this. Okay. And the edit validate rules are under the data model category. Okay, and OBJ validate rules are under the technical category. So go to the app. And in the data model category, so create, here you will be having something called edit validate rules. Okay, so but whereas if you want to create the OBJ validate rule, that will be under the technical category. Create. Okay, so here Sorry, that is under the process category. Process, right click, create, yeah, validate. Okay, so VJ validate rules are under the process category and the edit validate are under the data model category. Okay, so in case if you want to see any of the existing Pega PRPC rules also, you can see that. Okay, view and validate. So it is just referring to our application. Okay, so no validate rules are there. So if you go to records under that process, and here if you see the validate, then it will list out the complete list of the validate rules which are available in Pega PRPC. So as it is taking validate records in ICICI general case layer, if you take, it will take only the current application. Okay, if you select include inherited, then the complete list of the properties from at base class to current class. So everything will be displayed. So these all are the validate rules available, okay, from the Pega, okay, which are created by Pega. Okay, in the same way, under the data model also, okay, if you want, you can see edit validate rules. So here there are various number of the edit validate rules are there. Okay, like minimum length to, see here, if you open that, you will be seeing the Java code for this. And even for one validation, either you can apply client side or server side validation. Okay, so you can apply client side or server side validation. Okay, so if you apply the client side and server side validation, both validations, so which one will fire first? Which one will execute first?
Client side.
Exactly. Okay, why client side will be executed? Why? Because already we are at the client side only. The browser is always referring to the client side. Okay, the browser is always the client. So as the client, okay, as the end user, we are going to be interacting with the server, okay, through browser. Okay, so we have opened the browser, so we are at the client level. So that is the reason why always first it will execute the validate rule. First it will execute the validation from the edit validate rule. Okay, and later it will go to the server. Okay, so here if you want to modify anything, okay, if you want to implement any new functionality for your purpose, you can save as into our rule sets and we can make the changes accordingly. Okay, so here mainly you need to understand the value. Okay, so what is the value? The value contains the value entered in the property. Okay, the value which you will be entering into the property, okay, that will be taken here, and then that value is less than 2, he is doing some validation. If it is less than 2, return false, else return true, like that. Okay, so first it will be high, he initialized with true. Okay, if it is less than 2, then he is giving false. Okay, and then he is returning the return value. Okay, so if it is greater than 2, already it is having true, it is not executed this, so it will return true. Okay, if it is less than 2, it will be returning false. So like that it will be having. But 99% mostly we will not be using any of these edit validate rules, but in case if required, we have to create and we can just modify for small changes which you want to do. Okay, now what we will do, we will be applying some of the validate rules and we will be seeing how exactly it is working. Okay, So under the data model, first of all, what is our flow? Our flow is like customer details. Okay. So when you run this, didn't perform anything yesterday in the process tab. Otherwise, we can discard these changes, our changes. What did I show? Okay. Process. No. Let's save and see this because I don't know what happened. Why it is not. Let's create a new one immediately. Customer details. So in our old flow, customer details, and then here we have what? Insurance details. Add one more assignment. Okay. So under the process tab for new flow, need to select PY case minimum default. Mm. What happened? Try just with customer details. Maybe did we perform any changes in this yesterday? Customer details action. Vendor address. This is normal only. We did not make any changes. No, it's fine. This section is fine. Yeah, flow action also fine. Then why from the flow it is giving that create a new work object. Okay. Tracer also. Okay, I got it. Generate ID. Okay, unexpected injection of type other. So I think yesterday we updated our application for the generate ID. Cases and data. Yeah, this function we did not remove it. Okay. Yeah. CD-C. Okay. Mostly it should work now. So how did I find through the tracer? So if you go to the file, it is giving that unexpected exception type. So like this, okay, I found that exception data store. Okay, generic data store exception. So by seeing these errors, type of that. So I found that. So here, where exactly it is getting this error? Generic ID store exception. So where exactly this error is coming? This is coming at the generate ID. Okay, so when it is generating the case ID, it's got this error. So that is the reason why I found that maybe this should be the issue with the case ID. Okay, so now we have changed it to CD. I hope I saved. Now run any flow. Mostly any flow should work. Yeah, got it. Okay. So likewise, now this is the flow. This is the user interface which we have. Now we would like to validate it. Okay. So what is the validation? As I said, either we can validate zip code. Okay. So otherwise, the first name and last name should be different. Okay. The both first name and last name should not be same. Okay. So for that, what we can do, we can write the OBJ validate rule. Okay. So how can we write the OBJ validate? As I said that it is under the process category. Create, validate. So give a name like first name and last name different. Okay, so in this, now we need to specify the property for which you would like to apply validate. Okay, so this is the validate rule which it has created. Now, for example, after entering the last name, okay, after entering the last name, customer last name, I would like to perform this validation. Okay, so what is that? So what is the condition you would like to add? That condition you have to select here. Okay, so select add. Now it is asking what all are the conditions you want to apply here. Okay, so what all are the conditions? So select a function. So yesterday we also discussed about some of the functions, right? So like if you want to apply some validations, okay, so there also in the when rules also in the data transform also you can apply the validation. So in the same way here also select a function. So what is the function? So here a datetime is in the past or future. Okay, so a datetime is in the past or future. So if you want to do any datetime validation, then you can select this one. Okay, so as in operator ID is on my staff. Okay, expression evaluates to true. Okay, first datetime relation, second datetime. First number relation, second number. First string relation, second string. First string does not equal. Okay, ignore case, second string. Okay, so likewise. So based on your need, what exactly you want to take. So first string equals ignore case, second string. That means first name and last name I want to verify. Okay, first name and last name, and that also ignore case. That means whether the user may enter first name in small letters, second name in capital letters. Okay, but if both are in the different or same, then we have to select that. Then here customer first name equals ignore case dot customer last name. Okay, if both are same, now we need to display the message. So what is the message you need to display? First name and last name cannot be same. Okay, so this is the message I want to display, to which to the customer last name property after entering. And then what is the condition? If first name and last name both are same, then this message has to be displayed. Okay, so that should be displayed to the customer last name property. Submit and then save it. Okay, as I said, when after creating the validate rule, you have to refer either from the flow action rule, otherwise from the activity, otherwise from some other OBJ validate rule, right? So now actually our properties are on the flow action. Okay, under the customer details flow action. So go to that flow action. Okay, so this is the customer details flow action, and here you have validation rule. Previously, what we have done under the layout, we just selected the section which you want to display. Now go to the validation rule. Here you can select the validate button. Okay, your validation rule and click of the validation tab. Okay, so what is the validation rule you want to apply? First name and last name different. Okay, and then save it. Now if you run the flow and if you enter the same name for first name and last name, then it will throw the error. Okay, so okay, so is it validated? Is it giving the error message? Why it is not giving the error message?
On click of submit, it will give.
Exactly. Okay, so the validation rule will fire on click of the submit button. Okay, now you see here Sudarshan, here is capital, but here Sudarshan, everything is small. Okay, so customer last name, for the customer last name, it is giving the error. So what is that? First name and last name cannot be same. Okay, first name and last name cannot be same, like that. Okay, in case if you give at least one character different also. Okay, here Sudarshan, one I have given. Now if you click on the submit, then it will go to the next step. Cannot be same. I have given different only, right? It is a mistake we have done in this. Enable condition. First name and last name cannot be same. Is it updated with that? Okay. It should clear automatically.
I am also getting same kind of issue, sir.
Okay. Hey man, here. Validate customer last name. If customer first name equals both are equal, then only we would like to display this message. At least if you give the same name, in case if it is working reverse, till it is giving first name and last name. Sudarshan. Okay, 1 second. I think here we have given customer first name, but actually the values which we entered is not on the PMA work page. It is under the customer details. Okay, but we have referred PV work page. Always it will be referring to the PV work page. Okay, so I think here we have to select customer details dot customer first name and customer details dot customer last name. Why? Because in the user interface of this section, see here, customer details dot first name and customer details dot last name we are referring through. Okay, but in the validate rule, we have directly given that first name. So as we have given that first name, so what it will take, always both will be null only. So null is same, right? So that is the reason why it is giving that error. Yes, now it is succeeded. So that means in the UI, the properties which we are referring is different with the properties which we referred in the OBJ validate rule. Okay, so that is the reason why maybe you would also getting the error. Okay,
Yes, sir. I
so
changed it. It is working.
yeah, exactly. So that is the main problem. Okay, so like that, so we can apply the validate rules. Okay, now this is for name. In the same way, if you want to apply one more validation rule, also you can apply that. Okay, so here again that zip code.
The above one, customer last name, that should be also customer details dot customer last name, no, sir?
Yeah, exactly. Correct. So if you give that customer details, that customer last name, then you will be seeing the different. I will show you that as well. Okay. So now this zip code we have in which section, in which layout? This is available under the present address dot zip code and permanent address dot zip code, right? So yeah, present address dot Okay, Control C. So save that. So I think here that function may not be available. So you can use expression value as true. So here, by taking expression value as true, so as we discussed, there are n number of the functions available, right, in Pega. So we can use at length. Okay, so length function is there. Length equal to not equal to 6. Save it. Customer details dot name. Okay. No, already we applied that under the function. So now if you run, it should work. So here, if you give submit, now you will be seeing the error message clearly. Okay, So for the zip code, it is giving now zip code. You see, minimum 6 digits should be in zip code. Here it is showing for the zip code, as well as here also it is showing the zip code. Okay, so like that. So previously what happened, because of giving this current address.zip code, even at the property level also it is showing the error message. Okay, here also you are able to see that message, and here also you are able to see that. Okay, but even for this also, in case if you give same. Okay, previously it was not displaying here for the last name. Now it will be displaying over there also. See, first name and last name cannot be blank. Previously it was showing only here, but this time it is showing there also, here also. Okay, as we have given that properly, that property name here, the customer details dot last name. So directly, even at the property also, it is showing that error message. Okay, so likewise, case if you give properly, then it will work fine. Now it will go to the next screen. Like that. The translation has been completed successfully. Understood? So this is the way we can create validate rules. Okay. So edit validate rule, we can apply at the property level. For example, if you take any property, so under the property, under the advanced tab, okay, we will be having use validate. So here all the validate rules which are available, that will be displayed here. Even you can create your own validate rule, otherwise you can apply the existing validate rules. Is integer or not, if you want to test it. So that should be integer only. So these all are some of the things created by Pega. See, integer dot parse int the value dot toString. Okay, if it is success, fine. Otherwise, it will return false, else return true. So like this also we can do. In case if you want, you can modify these edit validate rules accordingly as per your requirement. Clear? Jagdish, Harsha, Sudarshan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Yeah, tomorrow we will be seeing something like declarative rules. Okay, so there are various declarative rules available which you can use out there. Okay. No doubts. Yeah, we will see you tomorrow.
Bye, sir. Bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.